For a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him.
Upside.
And do a basic cleaning or a jaw-dropping full detail, including a ceramic finish. Recon Auto Detailing. Online at recondetail.com.
In Joe Biden's America, crime is out of control. Left-wing politicians open the prison doors. They defund the police. And anti-gun radicals like Katie Hobbs want to take away your right to self-defense. Katie Hobbs supports California-style gun bans and said she was outraged by the Supreme Court decision to guarantee your right to self-defense outside your home. That's why Katie Hobbs earned an F rating from the NRA. But Carrie Lake supports your right to self-defense. Lake supports the right to carry and will work to increase resources for school security while bringing violent criminals to justice. Endorsed by the NRA, Carrie Lake will defend your rights. For governor, elect Carrie Lake.
Paid for by National Rifle Association of America Political Victory Fund and not authorized by any candidate. NRAPVF.org.
Did you know that the Chevy Silverado is the #1 selling full-size pickup truck among Hispanic buyers in Tucson? Did you know October is Truck Month at O'Reilly Chevrolet? If you answered yes to both these questions, then you're probably already driving a Silverado from O'Reilly. If not, you need to check out O'Reilly.com. Call 747-8000 or see us in person on Broadway next to Park Place Mall, where you can find new roads and new Silverados during Truck Month at O'Reilly Chevrolet, giving you more since 1924. O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Here's an important message from University Termite and Pest Control. The heat is here, and so are the scorpions, ants, roaches, and spiders. Do you need a professional? Call University Termite and Pest Control, 886-4146. 28 school districts, 3 hospitals, 2 colleges, 1 university, and thousands of homeowners trust University Termite and Pest Control. You can too. Call University Termite and Pest Control today at 886-4146 or go to bepestfree.com.
Tune in all season long for the biggest pregame football show in the Pac-12. Featuring Glenn Howell and the captain Kelvin Efon celebrating their 10th season behind the mic, getting you ready for the game. Only on Wildcats Radio 1290. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. We are Tucson. Rich Herrera on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Bienvenidos, mi amigos. That means welcome in Espanol. Hello again, everybody. It's Rich River back in our studios, the friendly confines of Wildcats Radio 1290, if you will. Thanks so much for joining me on a glorious, glorious day. I don't know why it's so glorious. It rained, which meant people around here drove like garbage. But that's okay, because that's what we do in Tucson. Whenever we get this little stuff falling out of the sky, we go, I have no idea what's going on. But I think we survived. I think we survived the inclement weather that we have just a couple times a year today to get through it all. So I'm glad how everybody was able to pull together and get through the rain that happened today. Although I got scared. I was driving, and I live up in Oro Valley. So when I'm driving in from Oro Valley, as I'm rolling through, there was a clap of thunder. Boom. And it was so close. I actually saw it hit the ground as I was rolling through. I was like, whoa, that was way, 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 way too close. And I don't know, when you're a little kid, they teach you, if you see the lightning, and I always get this backwards, and my family laughs at me because I call thunder lightning and lightning thunder because I wasn't smart enough to figure that out when I was a little kid. But I saw the lightning, and then I don't know if anybody else did this. I always count to see how far away it is, 1,001, 1,002. Every 1,000 or one alligator is a mile. This was instantaneously. I saw it out of the corner of my eye, boom, and I heard immediately the thunder. I was like, whoa, that thing was way, way too close. It was like a couple blocks away from me. as I was driving to work. So that kind of got me going in the morning for the show. So I'm ready to go. So happy Tuesday to you, J.W. Madden, our producer.
How you doing, Rich? Yeah, being a native, I will say that unlike the Midwest or South, a storm doesn't come from one direction out here.
No.
Storms brew throughout the valley, and then so therefore the whole lightning clap thing, it's funny how it works because you might see a cell, for instance, coming from the north side of Oro Valley, and that cell itself, you can count how fast it's going to get to you. But then 10 minutes later, something else hits you from the southwest because they're coming from all directions out here, especially since a lot of that stuff's been built out there to the northwest side. I mean, as a kid, monsoons are pretty regular as far as when they started and ended. But yeah, no, I think today was the thing about it, Rich, is when you live in the desert and it's not Seattle, you get to appreciate days like this as opposed to
where
dreading
there's rain.
them. Yeah.
Oh yeah. When you live out here, it's almost like I want to run around and go, oh, let's go play in the rain because you want to jump up and down the puddles, right?
When I was a kid, we actually missed school
because of rain.
Well, because in those days the pipes didn't go under sunrise, and I lived on the east side, and so the pipes never went under the street. So when it rained, it always flooded the streets, and the buses couldn't make it. So I missed probably a good 10 days of school growing up from flood days where the buses couldn't pass the roads before they built the big pipes.
See, where I grew up in California, because I guess everybody has this. You miss days of school and you're a little kid. You're like, oh, let it rain so we can miss school. We had fog days where it was so foggy, they wouldn't let the school buses drive, so they would cancel school for the day. My wife, where she grew up in New England, they would have snow days trying to get through all of that. So anyway,
I was in Emeryville for 2 years, and I could not believe the fog. I always knew the stories, the Walt Whitman quotes, and all that stuff about the Bay Area, but I was shocked how many mornings I couldn't see 20 feet in front of myself.
Awesome. I used to love those days. Yes, we get out of school. And then the teachers would send homework twice as much the next day. That sucked. Anyway, we got a lot to get to in the next couple hours. So let's just get to it. Let's see what's rattling around in my head today.
Warning. The following segment might trigger some listeners, and 1290 does not take responsibility for the following content.
What the hell is going on?
It's time for the list as we explore the sick, twisted mind of our host, Rich Herrera.
And that's when things got bad.
And the list of things he is thinking about in that huge size 8 Chrome Magnum head of his.
Look at the size of that boy's head. That's like an orange on a toothpick. You're going to give the boy a complex. Well, that's a huge noggin. Has its own weather system.
It does, as we talk about the weather, and it's running around today in my head. Anyway, hey, let's get to it. You know what today is, don't you? It's the only day, declaration, whatever you want to call it, that I actually believe in. We have something in America called overabundance. And listen, I am pro-America. I love this country, greatest country on the face of the earth. So blessed to be here. But we do have an overabundance of one thing in particular, and that is the declaration of a day. How many different days do we have? I actually looked it up once.
I believe it's 365.
No. We have 365.
Hey, no, what I'm saying is I think that there's National Pancake Day and there's National Pet Your Cat Day.
All right, do me a favor, JW. Look this up for me.
Okay.
Look up what today is National Day of.
Okay, we'll do.
Because we have National Pancake Day. We have Left-Handers Day. We have Twins Day. We have National Shoe Day.
You ready?
Okay.
Today's
a big one. Don't give me the big one. You know the big one I'm talking about because it's the only national holiday that's not
the first
official.
thing that popped up when I looked for what today was. There's actually 5 of them.
Okay.
But the first one is
the one I want.
Cinnamon Bun Day.
The
first one.
What?
The second one is Golf Lovers Day.
Okay.
Vodka Day and Eat Fruit at Work Day. And I think the 5th one is probably the one that you're thinking of.
Feliz Dia Nacional del Taco.
Yep. That's the 5th one.
Okay, so today's National Taco Day. Who decides what day it is? Can't I just declare my own day?
I would have thought like a hotter day in the summer would be more appropriate than maybe October 4th.
For what?
Tacos.
Well, it is Hispanic Heritage Month.
Well, that
so
obviously
maybe it's in the middle of Hispanic Heritage Month, but it's so I want to wish everybody Feliz Dia Nacional del Taco, which means Happy National Taco Day. I had to look that up, Google Translate. It's the one day that I actually buy into some of these calendars, right? Because who declares a National Cinnamon Bun Day?
It's Big Cinnabon. That's who does that.
It's Big
the ones that are trying to
Cinnabon,
sell
like
more
Big
cinnamon
Pharma,
buns.
Big Cinnabon. What else did you say? It was National Golf Lovers Day. Why? Who decided that
because the grass is starting to get brown and they need more people to get on the course?
Who decided that the 4th of October should be National Golf Lovers Day? Shouldn't that be in the middle of summer when you actually go out and play golf because it's your summer vacation? Shouldn't that be around the Masters? Shouldn't that be around the British Open or the U.S. Open? Why a random day in October do you decide it's National Golf Lovers Day?
I've always wondered.
Every day for me is Golf Lovers Day, but you know what I mean, folks. What else is there today?
That's it. But tomorrow...
No, hold on. You said it was Cinnamon Bun Day.
Vodka,
Golf Lovers, National Vodka. Okay, so why is today National Vodka Day? I like vodka like everybody else, but is there a reason why today it should be National Vodka Day and I should consume as much vodka as I can?
I think National Cinnamon Bun Day came first, and then some years later, it was counteracted with National Eat Fruit at Work Day, which is also today as well.
Okay, so why do I need to have a National Eat Fruit at Work Day?
Because you already had a National Cinnamon Bun Day for the past 10 years,
okay, but
and you need to eat more fruit.
You can't have all these holidays looping up on the same day. That's why today's National Taco Day. And I believe it's National Taco Month as well. But who does I really want to know. Who decides all these days? Where do they get declared? Why can't I declare my own national holiday? JW, if you had a national holiday, what national holiday would you propose?
I would say National Arizona Basketball Day, where everybody has to watch the 50 greatest highlights from the history of Arizona basketball.
I don't know if that's going to get much traction.
Probably not, but you asked.
You could do National Arizona Wildcat Basketball Day, which would be the Pac-12 tournament finals, which unfortunately nobody at Arizona State's ever seen before. You know the joke, don't you?
Which one?
Nah, I can't say it. I'm trying to be nice. It's National Taco Day. I got to be nice to people. Have you ever seen the nets being cut down during the championship at the Pac-12 tournament in person?
Not since they moved it to Vegas.
No, just answer the question. You ready?
No, I have
Okay.
not.
Hey, JW.
Yeah,
have you ever
Rich.
seen with your very own two eyes the nets being cut down at the end of the Pac-12 tournament?
I sure haven't.
Neither is ASU.
The truth is I have, but they used to hold them
wait a
at
minute.
McHale.
No,
this is just an aside. I get the joke, but at McHale, Rich, they used to hold them at the home. They used to switch it around.
I get it, but hold. I have sound effects for this. You ready?
Get it.
All right, so JW.
Yes, Rich.
Have you ever seen the nets being cut down at the end of the Pac-12 tournament?
I can't say that I have. No.
Neither is ASU. Boom, there you go.
It was worth it.
Yeah, I think it was worth it. So anyway, who decides what day it is for every holiday? I don't get it. Is there somewhere someone sits and decides all of these things? Because I'd love to meet the person that decides today I shall make this Cinnamon Bun Day.
This mortal form has grown weak. I need sustenance.
It should be someone who sounds like Thor just to say, today I've decided that today we will make it. I don't know.
Tomorrow is amazing, Rich. You ready? We got World Teacher Day, National Walk to School Day, National Pumpkin Seed Day, National Coffee with a Cop Day, National Apple Betty Day, National Do Something Nice Day, and my favorite, National Get Funky Day. It's also National Rhode Island Day tomorrow.
Don't need any help from me, sir. That's right. Are you trying to make me look stupid? Don't need any help from me, sir. That's right.
Too many.
There's too many of them. Name them all again.
Tomorrow is World Teachers Day, Walk to School Day, Pumpkin Seed Day, Coffee with a Cop Day, Apple Betty Day, Do Something Nice Day, Get Funky Day, and also Rhode Island Day for some reason.
Why would it be Rhode Island Day?
Maybe October 5th was the founding of, I don't know. Rhode Island's a very small place, so there's not really many places they founded there, so I don't know.
You let me down, son.
I have no idea why.
I could look it up for you, though.
No, we've
But I'm not
wasted
going
enough
to.
time. Thank you very much. I just want everybody to know, Feliz Dia Nacional del Taco, which means every day is National Taco Day. We should celebrate. You know, one of the things that I think I've decided is we don't celebrate enough about Tucson. You know what? Tucson is a great place to live. I've been talking to a lot of my friends back in Florida that have been living through the hurricanes back there. And I was just thinking to myself as I was driving today, Tucson is a great place to live. And we have some of the greatest food ever that you'll find anywhere in the world right here in Tucson. Some of the best food. Because I don't think you understand how good we have it, JW, until you leave. Like, you went up to Emeryville for a little bit. I went back to the East Coast for a while. You don't understand how much we should just walk into some of these places and get down on our knees and thank them for the cuisine that we have here in Tucson. You know how hard it is to get a taco anywhere else in the East Coast? Like, I went through about 13 years of not having decent Mexican food. That's why I'm so glad today is Feliz Dia Nacional del Taco Day. Actually, I messed that up because it's actually just Feliz Dia Nacional del Taco, which means Happy National Taco Day. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there. I cracked the code about something. I figured something out.
What's
folks.
that?
You know what? We've been missing a word when it comes to Jed Fish's offense. So I went to the press conference. You're going to hear from Brennan Carroll today. You heard from Jed Fish yesterday on the program. I cracked the code. We've missed something completely. Kelvin and I started talking about this yesterday on the program. We need to make a readjustment when it comes to talking about Jed Fish's offense. I cracked the code, folks. We've all said pro-style offense because that's what Jed said when he got here. Okay, we're going to run a pro-style offense. What's that mean? We're going to have bounce. We're going to run the football. We're going to throw the football down the field. Okay, I get that. I think pro-style offense is 2 running backs, maybe a use of a tight end, 2 wide receivers, where I go trips and I take one of the running backs out. But it dawned on me after watching the Colorado game, that's not what Jed's trying to do here. Think about this. The Arizona Wildcats now have the horses to execute Jed's playbook. Now he just needs a Matthew Stafford to make this thing hum. We're going to talk about that on the program today. So instead of using the word pro-style offense, I think we should change it to Arizona's running a pro-style attack. Think of what you saw last night from Monday Night Football. Did that remind you a little bit of what Jed's trying to accomplish with 3 wide receivers and throwing to a tight end? We're going to talk about that on the food. Oh, by the way, I figured something out as well. I figured out why I'm such a happy person and why there's so many grumpy people in the world.
Because you can get tacos?
Well, number one, I could get tacos, which is awesome. But the bigger thing is, I figured this out. There's a new study out. And I'm not much into studies because I think they're a big waste of time and they're a waste of my tax dollars. But there's a study that came out from the Journal of Affective Disorders. And it found that people that are vegans are more likely to be depressed than those of us that are carnivores. JW, have you ever met a happy vegan?
Yes, many.
You have met happy vegans?
Many.
Okay, then you're just ruining this whole bit right here. Now I don't know what to do.
That's just, you're asking for my personal anecdotal experience and I'm giving it to you. Doesn't mean that studies. I think I read about that. I think it was done in Brazil, that study.
Yeah. Well, now just the whole punchline.
No, I'm not trying to take the wind out of your sails. Keep going.
This is developing into a very bad habit.
Now, there's a study that came out I saw. The Journal of Affective Disorders found that beef was the only food linked to lower risk of depression. Researchers wanted to look at the association between vegetarianism and depression amongst adults. They asked 14,000 plus people in Brazil between the ages of 35 and 74 if they followed a meatless diet and interviewed the participants to identify their episodes of depression. You know what they found? People that don't eat meat are miserable. Therefore, I should be the happiest person on the face of the earth because I am a proud carnivore.
Shouldn't you be tied with every other carnivore on the earth for happiest?
That's why we're all happy. But I'm going to tell you something coming up in a second. I could tell you why. I'll give you a perfect example of why you should eat meat and be a carnivore. And it happened yesterday, Monday Night Football. Do you know what I'm talking about? If you watched the game and you saw it, we're going to get into that coming up next. Also, don't forget, 4 o'clock, Dave Hickey stops by for a visit, the athletic director of the University of Arizona, and our Arizona Insider today will be Sweet D, David Adams, pinch hitting for Lamont Hunley. He was with us on the pregame show, did a great job on the weekend. We're going to talk to him coming up at 5 o'clock. I got a lot going on today here on Wildcats Radio 1290. By the way, don't forget, tomorrow Chip Hale joins us. Friday, Adia Barnes joins us. It's a great week. Thanks for joining us. I'm really happy because I had meat today because I'm a carnivore that fights the depression that most people have when it rains and everything. So, again, you know what? Today's National Taco Day. Feliz Dia Nacional del Taco. We'll continue with you. I'm Rich Herrera. This is the home of the Arizona Wildcats. Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. It is good. Backfield and drop. No gain. Loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's hot! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, 3 to go, steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline, circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot, 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away, good!
That's a huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps up in the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24-12 ball game, and the Cats will get the ball.
That's big.
Pulling on the field is a safety.
Yes, that's big time by Arizona. That time defense did a great job of just closing the pocket from the inside, and then the pressure on the outside by Abear. They just got him. They just got there. They won their blocks that time. Excellent job by Arizona defense and really changing the momentum of this game.
Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, we continue with you here on Wildcats Radio 1290. I'm Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for joining us. All right, we were talking about national days, right? So I asked you to look it up for me, JW. Like today is National Cinnamon Bun Day. Today is National Golf Lovers Day. Who came up with all of this?
Where'd you get a goofy idea like that?
It is a goofy idea. So who came up with these? You looked it up for me.
I did. There's apparently one person, and they were the one who spearheaded National Popcorn Day about 10 years ago is when it started. I mean, there's always been these deals. I feel like Hallmark had something to do with it.
No, but I wish. I mean, listen, if they had a if they had a Hallmark card for taco lovers, I would go buy one.
Sure. I don't know. Looking through the days, it feels like they're just trying to incorporate something to make everybody
happy,
feel good.
Stop it. Not every. Don't
This
get me
week,
started
I did
here.
look it up though, and there's National Coaches Day is Thursday, and College Radio Day is on Friday.
So when I see Jed on Thursday, I should wish him happy National Coaches Day.
He'll probably look at you like you're crazy, Rich Herrera. I mean, because that's not a thing, right?
He normally does. You know what? I promise. If you listen to the press conference Thursday, I will. When he gets there, when he gets up there, I will wish him happy National Coaches Day. There you go. But you said there was a guy who decided he wanted to have a National Popcorn Day.
Yeah, that's right.
His name is Orville Redenbach. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Let me look it up really quick again.
So he decided I want to have a National Popcorn Day, and then he just declared it. Did he create a website? What did he do?
Let's see. There was a guy, and his name is
not Orville Redenbacher.
Marlo Anderson.
Okay,
and he co-founded a website in 2013 with National Popcorn Day, and built it up to include nearly 1,500 national days, weeks, and months since then.
Marlo, seriously, why? Why do we need all this nonsense? Don't you have anything better to do, Marlo, than declare 1,500 national days?
And I'm sure this article was written some time ago, so that's probably 2018 is when this article is from. So I would imagine that number is probably closer to 2,000, 2,500.
What day should I declare for us?
Well, what would the day be, first of all?
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, wait a minute. Keith's calling in on line one. Keith, line one, bear down. You have an idea for a day.
Bear down, buddy. First and foremost, as always, how's the family? How's the son?
Son's great. He's getting ready to go back across the Pacific.
That's a beautiful trip.
Yep, exactly.
Beautiful trip.
What do you got for me?
Well, my wife and I were talking about this actually the other night because November's coming up, and in our world, that's
Thanksgiving.
Veterans Day.
Oh, Veterans Day. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's before Thanksgiving.
Right.
And I don't see why, with this great country we live in, why we don't have a Feed the Homeless Day.
I want to say there is. I think there is a day for that.
If there is, I have no idea when it is. I would definitely contribute to it.
Right. No, I want to know.
Guys,
yeah,
I got good news. National World Homeless Day is observed every year on October 10th.
Coming up in a couple days.
Yeah.
Keith, you got a day.
It's Homeless Day, but do they feed them?
Well, the purpose of the day is to bring focus on the inadequacy of housing. So, yeah, it's raising awareness. It's not necessarily opening up more soup kitchens.
I want to say I've worked with Feeding America before. When I worked in baseball, and my old boss in my station in San Diego was the head of the San Diego Food Bank. There are days set aside for that, to raise awareness, to raise money, and for people to volunteer.
If there is a day, then I don't think they advertise it or publicize it.
Well, okay, so that's why that's my problem with all of these days, because they're all made up. Congress doesn't vote. I don't get a say. We can make it National Keith Day today.
Well, I don't want to do that because then my wife will be mad that I'm overriding her.
Well, we know who the boss is, right?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, get out of here. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. If you guys want to comment, you can. There's some bad national. What else do we have this week, you said?
Let's see. Tomorrow is Teacher Pumpkin Seed Coffee with a Cop. And then the rest of the week, like I said, Thursday we've got National Coaches Day on Thursday.
Okay. I'm gonna wish Jed. Maybe I saw Tommy today too. I drove by and yelled, "Hey, Tommy!" Maybe I'll stop by his office and tell him Happy National Coaches Day.
Wow. Thursday we've got Noodle Day, Orange Wine Day, whatever that means. In addition to Coaches Day,
these are just silly,
right? Cerebral Palsy Day. That's a good one. Mad Hatter Day also. Then we've got I can't even pronounce that. National Chocolate Covered Pretzel Day is Friday.
Because that's important.
Right. LED Light Day and also Frappe Day is Friday as well, in case you were wondering.
I'm going to make up my own stupid holiday.
Okay, do it.
I'm going to make up like National Sports Talk Radio Day.
We got to do some brainstorming, though. You can't. That's not like an off-the-cuff thing.
That's true.
We got to actually get like a focus group together, get some people involved, and make sure.
I got to get to something, though, on the program that I said I wanted to talk about. So I'm going to combine sports and the fact that I am a proud carnivore that likes to eat meat at every possible.
Smart. You're supposed to say smart carnivore.
Smart carnivore, that I want to eat meat wherever I can, because we just talked about this story that vegans are more likely to be depressed than those that eat meat. The carnivores like me, I'm very rarely depressed. JW said he knows some vegans that aren't depressed. I know a lot of vegans that are just kind of not very happy.
Well, right now I don't feel too agreeable.
Eat a hamburger, you're going to feel better, according to this study. And I'll give you a perfect example of this. Last night, Monday Night Football, you were working the Jedfish radio show, so I'm not sure if you got a chance to see this. We had some really good plays in Monday Night Football, including Deebo Samuel with this catch and run, which is really the big difference in the ball game for the 49ers.
Third down and 3. Quick throw. What a catch. Samuel stays upright. Terrific catch and run. One-on-one with Ramsey. Can't bring him down. Samuel. Highlight reel. Touchdown.
If he throws this on the money lower, it might be an interception. But instead it's high, can't get it. Now it's a poor angle and tackle by Taylor Rapp. And then it continues. Here on the other end, there's a missed one right there by
highlight courtesy ESPN. So that you saw that great run, took off running down the field. Here's Deebo after the ball game talking about nobody can stop me.
It's just the mentality that I come out here with week in and week out. One guy's not going to tackle me. That's just a mindset thing I've always had, and my dad instilled that in me when I was 4 years old playing with 6, 7, and 8 year olds. So he built the toughness in me, and it shows week in and week out.
Shows week in, week out, and I bet you Deebo Samuels enjoys a great steak, prime rib. He's a carnivore because you cannot be brought down. Did you see this? It's all over Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. The guy that ran onto the field. First of all, I'm tired of protesters interfering with my ability to watch a game. I didn't pay money to go to a game to watch some protester disturb everything, whether you're gonna run onto the field or just get in the way. I didn't pay money to watch you. You're not a professional athlete. Stay the heck off the field. So this clown runs out there with some stupid T-shirt and a smoke canister running around, and he got rocked. Taken down.
So what? So what? Wagner's pink cloud hit. That was awesome. That was a great hit. I was so confused. I actually feel really bad. My guy Mike Anderson popped his hammy. He's a king of kings. He's the guy that secures this entire team. Went out there, didn't do well. Got to get him warmed up next time. Would you have done that? Oh, I wish. I didn't even see him. He just went right past us, and everyone's started making noises. Is there a streaker? Nope. Cloud of pink smoke. So thankfully it was just pink smoke.
So that's George Kittle talking about this guy who runs out of the field, run past the Niners, nobody's paying attention. Then a couple Rams just rock his world, knock him down. Hats off to the Rams, although somebody did say that was the only decent hit they had in the entire ball game. But I'm just tired of these protesters walking out there, wanting to cause a scene. And now I know why he was doing it. He's depressed because he hasn't had a hamburger in the longest time. Be a carnivore, be happy is my message to you today.
I remember 80s, the streakers at Wimbledon. I think it was a tennis thing to start. But I love the NFL. Right away in the mid 80s, late 80s when it started, their policy was simply do not show anybody who runs on the field. So
Correct.
The idea of giving publicity to somebody who's just there to get publicity for themselves, just don't show them. Don't ever show them on the broadcast. And I find that's always been the best tactic with that kind of stuff.
I've seen people, and I've met people before that ran onto the field. They're normally drunk. Normally it's for a $20 bet. I guess I'm okay with those guys. If you're out there protesting and trying to draw attention to yourself, I didn't spend $120 to go to a football game to have you disturb us and give us your whatever you want to give us. The drunk guy jumping out of the stands who gets rocked by a security guard, that's different. That's just some idiot. You are a super idiot for running out there protesting during the middle of a game.
I've only seen that happen once, and it was at Arizona Stadium about 10 years ago.
Somebody running on the field?
They played UCLA, and a guy, he had a referee.
Referee snuck
outfit.
on as a referee.
Yep, and he walked on the field. Everybody just thought he was a ref, and then he stripped it all off. I was there for that, yeah.
I've seen it, and I've got friends that are security guards, and they live for that moment, but it is the most pressure-filled moment for them. The guys that wear the sweat or the windbreakers.
Sure.
Because they have to go out there and chase them. Now, if you're doing that in front of 50,000 people and they all have cell phones now, and you're not wearing spikes, you're not wearing cleats, you're just running out there. If you run out there and you miss or you whiff on him and it gets put on film, you never, ever live it down.
That's going to be in your highlight package in the locker room when they're showing
There's a guy that worked with me in baseball. His name was Murph. Big, tough guy, and always jump in there, break up fights. One time he gets a clean shot at a guy running on the field. Foot slipped. Feet came out from underneath him, fell on his backside, got up, tried to run, fell flat on his face because he couldn't get any traction. And the players got the videotape and never let him hear the end of it. It was pretty funny. What are we going to do here? I got to remind everybody, we got a lot going on. Don't forget, Arizona will take on Oregon this weekend. We'll be on the air with you at 1:30 for the pregame show. 6 o'clock will be the kickoff. By the way, we're going to be Friday back out at Illegal Pete's for Bear Down Friday. It rained last week, but it's supposed to be beautiful coming up this week. It's supposed to be in the 80s. So it's going to be gorgeous on Friday. We'll be out there broadcasting live before the big pep rally. It's Parents Weekend.
Good luck.
What's that?
Well,
Parents Weekend?
Spent 10 years of Parents Weekend on that block.
Oh, boy.
On University
the
Boulevard.
Stories I could tell you for Parents Weekend last year, I can't repeat on the radio.
It gets crazy.
It gets cray-cray. One of my buddies, one of my fraternity brothers came in. He took my son out every night, being social. He almost broke him. And then I'll wait till later in the week to tell the rest of the stories. I'll make sure I'll have to self-edit some of these stories because they were crazy.
Should I get a beep mechanic going on over here?
I'll just say there were some very friendly people out there that wanted to meet Riggs.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
Yeah, there were some very friendly family
uniform?
members. No, but he had a shirt on that said Navy. So and then he's got the clean cut haircut. So there are a couple family members that wanted to meet him.
Yeah, I spent at least 6 or 7 years bartending on University Boulevard for Parent Weekend, and it's always fun to see, people in their 40s and 50s come back to an environment they haven't seen in 20 years because they kind of let loose a little bit. And it's just fun to watch.
It is a party, so I can't wait for Parents Weekend this weekend with Oregon coming into town. All right, coming up. I'm going to change subjects. I'm going to get Tuffy. I'll get your telephone call in just a second. I'll open up the phones for you, 520-848-1290. I'm going to give you a little bit of knowledge coming up, but I do want to comment. I didn't get a chance to talk enough about the Red-Blue game that took place last week. I got to make sure that everybody understands what you saw on Saturday night for the Red-Blue game. So we're going to do that next, talk a little Arizona basketball. Then Dave Hickey will join us at 4 o'clock. I'm Rich Herrera. That's JW Man. Thanks for joining us, everybody. It is a Tuesday afternoon. It is National Taco Day. National Taco Day, and we celebrate with you. Why should I go have tacos after the show? Do you think I should ask Dave Hickey where his favorite taco place is?
I think you definitely should.
I don't know. That might be a tough question to ask him. All right, I might ask him that coming up. This is 1290.
Exclusively on Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, this is Wild.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down, and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, did they need that? My goodness. Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're tied.
Huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake. Rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down. Trying to find Berrio. Makes the catch inside the 20.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. It's the Rich Herrera Radio Show, Wildcats Radio 1290. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Thanks so much for joining us here on the program. Let's see. What do I want to talk about? I'm going to get into basketball in just a second. We saw the Red-Blue game, and yesterday we had so much football being out at the casino. I didn't get a chance to talk about this, but I do want to get into a little bit of Tommy Lloyd and basketball here in just a second. So let's do this. Let me grab a quick telephone call because we always make sure we grab our callers first and foremost. So Archer, Tuffy the Toro, local celebrity here in Tucson, the former mascot of the Tucson Toros, is checking in with us here on 1290. ¿Cómo está, mi amigo?
Muy bien. Gracias. Down. Okay, a couple of things.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, my suggestion is National Mascot Day.
There is I know there's a National Mascot Day.
And then I was unable to call a couple weeks ago, but you're talking about eating lunch buffet. There's one here on the east side, New China, and that's good about that. They have the filet mignon shrimp, which is awesome. And then on a national level, not too far from there, is Peter Piper Pizza.
And I don't appreciate Peter Piper enough. I need to go in there more, or I need to go in there less, because when I go into an all-you-can-eat place, most people weep.
Oh, yeah. That's true. And then a couple things, like there's the horseshoe, there's the swamp, there's the big house. So we need a name for Arizona Stadium, and we also need a tradition. Ohio State, of course, with the dotting of the I, and Death Valley and at Clemson, they touch the rock. And so,
some of those are old. Some of those are old. Some of those are new. I like where you're going here. All right. So what he's talking about, we were talking about the traditions of college football a while ago, and I don't know why you waited to call. You had like 7 shows you're talking about. I got to go back and rewind my memory bank to talk about it. Anyway, okay. So let's get to, and then I know how I'm going to segue into what I want to talk about with Tommy Lloyd. So you're talking about traditions or things that we could do to make Arizona Stadium special.
Yeah,
okay,
for sure. And then the other thing, another tradition we can start at the football field is Wilma and Wilbur can do a special short salsa dance whenever we scored touchdown, safety, etc. And also, like when there's an awesome dunk or a home run, Wilbur and Wilma can do a salsa dance. And I will hang up, bear down.
All right, thank you very much. All you mascots stick together.
June 17th.
National Mascot Day?
National Mascot Day.
There you go, Tuffy. National Mascot Day. It is interesting that he talked about this. So, Arizona football's been looking for those traditions or those things that get the crowd all fired up. So I was listening to Jim Rome on Monday. I had to go over to Jack Furrier's and get new tires put on my car. So when I was sitting there listening to Rome, they're putting tires on the car. He was talking about his son, I think it's Jake, goes to Wisconsin, and they do jump by House of Pain. He goes, it's a great tradition, and then they fire their coach right after it. So what's our tradition at the University of Arizona? Jed's been trying to get one started, but traditions are difficult because you can't just foist it upon people. It has to be a little bit. It has to be a little bit of trial and error. It has to be a little bit of ingenuity, and it has to be a lot of just a stupid mistake that catches on. For instance, everybody knows about the rally monkey, right? JW, you've heard of the rally monkey?
I have.
In Anaheim, I think it's universally known. The rally monkey was just two guys messing around in the scoreboard at Anaheim Stadium, and they put the monkey on from Friends and just put the graphic rally monkey underneath, and it was Marceau jumping up and down. Would that have been anything on its own? No.
If an ad agency tried to run that by Anaheim fans, they would have laughed. It's like a nickname.
They would have laughed.
You can't give yourself a nickname.
No self-glossing.
Right.
But what happened was they had the rally monkey jumping up and down, and they had done stupid things like that late in ball games throughout the season, but they just happened to put the rally monkey jumping up and down, and guess what happened? Not because of the rally monkey did this happen, but it just happened to be right place, right time. The Angels come back and win. Okay, so that was fun. Next time the Angels are down, they put the rally monkey back up and forth on the screen, and lo and behold, the Angels win again. Rally monkey works. Third time, rally monkey works. They happen to have the perfect season, and it really caught on. I think that was the year they won the World Series in 2002, and all of a sudden, rally monkeys are going crazy because it just happened to be the right place, right time, and it became viral, and everybody and their brother loved the rally monkey. I tried it when I worked in baseball. I got professional wrestlers to do pump videos. So I got Hulk Hogan to do one. I got Nasty Brian Knobbs to do it. John Cena did one for us. So I got all these wrestlers. It caught on. It was okay. What we also found was, you ever seen the YouTube video of Keyboard Kitty?
Yes.
So Keyboard Kitty was going viral. And our VP of fan experience kept sending me Keyboard Kitty videos. I'm like, I hate Keyboard Kitty. Stop. Darcy, these are stupid. Stop sending me these. He's like, no. These are great. These are great. And this is one of the Harvard Business School guys. And he goes, these are awesome. I go, no, these are stupid. I hate Keyboard Kitty. No. Come on. You're my research. Tell me you love this, and we're going to put it on the scoreboard. So you put Keyboard Kitty on the scoreboard. Nobody cared. Meanwhile, a groundskeeper found a cat, stray cat. Took it home, couldn't keep it. Kept asking around, does anybody want this stray cat that was living in the ballpark? Because they couldn't let it live in the ballpark, obviously. It was domesticated, but it just happened to find, it was a stray cat found its way inside the ballpark and was eating the leftover food in the garbage. So the guy took it home, couldn't keep it for whatever reason. So he said, hey, does anybody want the cat? And my friend Darcy says, I'll take it. So now he's got this cat at his house. He's a bachelor. He's, loves this cat. And he decides one day, as he's trying to crack the code for Keyboard Kitty, he said, let me dress this cat up and make him a DJ. And I'm like, Darcy, that's the stupidest idea I've ever seen. So he gets a little, it's like a toy uniform off a doll. And he puts a jersey on the cat, and he puts a little hat on the cat, and he just motion captures this cat on a turntable, because he had a turntable in his house. He loved listening to the Beastie Boys. And all this, he goes, oh, this is going to be great. And he shows me, I go, this is stupid. He goes, watch. So we got together about the 8th inning, and he puts up DJ Kitty. And people went wild. And all of a sudden, people are like, hey, when are they going to play DJ Kitty? So DJ Kitty starts making its way around the scoreboard. And before you know it, fans are dressing up with cat ears and baseball caps and homemade T-shirts that say DJ Kitty. It was the dumbest idea in the world, but all of a sudden everybody loved it. They started doing DJ Kitty plush dolls. They had a DJ Kitty night. They did DJ Kitty bobbleheads. And this wonderful cat, her name was Annabelle, turned out to be the secondary mascot, so much that they actually did a full-blown, and they still have a DJ Kitty full-size mascot that a human being's inside. So you never know where these come from.
I could break that down for you real quick, Rich.
What's that?
Okay, people want to be a part of something from ground level, from grassroots. So
they want to be part of the viral idea.
Yeah, the idea of a turntable cat had never been done before.
No.
However, if you're putting keyboard cat up there, 500 million people have already shared this with you. You've already seen it. It's like, yawn, quit shoving this in my face. I don't want to see it. But when you're a part of a natural, and on that note, I think like a lot of the great traditions, like cocktail at Ole Miss or touching the sign at Notre Dame, happened naturally. The sign got put there, and over time, players touched it, and now that's what players do.
And then they took a picture of it. Right.
It wasn't like a, hey, guys, you got to touch this sign before you got... No, it happened naturally.
So that's why, playing Don't Stop Believing at Giants games kind of takes off as they go to the World Series, and all of a sudden, Steve Perry, who just shows up one day, camera finds him, takes off. Interesting. But and the reason I bring this up, and we went down this rabbit hole that I shouldn't have gone through, so I apologize that we... Dive. What I wanted to bring up at this point, I just got a couple minutes before we have Dave Hickey before Dave Hickey comes on the program, I should say. If you went to McHale Center last Friday, the energy was incredible, JW. Incredibly off the hook. If you were there, I'd love to hear from you today. The energy's there. People are excited. Arizona basketball, the optimism's back. But I did want to point one thing out to everybody. As I watched the team and I watched what's going on at McHale, I wanted to point out something. We are really going to start to see Tommy Lloyd's fingerprints on McHale and on this basketball program in a great way. Tommy's had to do something a little bit different because we have two coaches that started basically the same time. Jed had to take over football. Tommy took over basketball. Jed was a complete rebuild where he just had to tear everything down to the studs because the foundation had become rotten. Tommy, on the other hand, inherited this kingdom that Lute Olson built that had a great cornerstone. And he's respected everything, and he's just kind of sat back and watched. It's not a complete rebuild, but now he's going to start pushing the program in the direction that he wants to lead it. I think this is going to be amazing watching Tommy this year. It's his program. He's respected the traditions of Lute, the traditions of Arizona basketball, but he is going to mold this into his show. One of the things I can't wait to see this year is how he is going to get the crowd involved. So I'm just going to throw this out at you. Everybody that was there bringing energy from the beginning, that's going to be expected of you all season long. No longer will the crowd feed off the players under Tommy Lloyd. He's going to want the players to feed off the crowd. He's going to want you there making noise, being on your feet. No more just sitting there going, golf clap. No, he wants that thing to be raucous and to be something more than McHale's ever been in its history. We're going to talk about that coming up on the program. Dave Hickey joins us in just a couple minutes. We'll get to that for you as well. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Today's program brought to you by Dragoon Brewing's Sonoran Amber. Love that. Thanks to everybody at Dragoon Brewing for making today's show possible. Coming up next, Dave Hickey, Athletic Director, University of Arizona, exclusively here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Coloco. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Coloco, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Coloco, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. It is good. Backfield and drop. No gain. Loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, did they need that? My goodness. Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline, circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot, 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away, good!
That's
We're tied.
A huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berrio. Makes the catch inside the 25.
On Wildcats Radio 1290.
Rich Herrera Show rolls on here on Wildcats Radio 1290. We'll talk with Dave Hickey here in just a moment, Athletic Director, University of Arizona. Then coming up, Sweet D, David Adams is going to pinch hit as our Arizona insider today for Lamont Hunley. So that's coming up at 5 o'clock on the program. And again, as soon as Dave Hickey gets on with us, we'll put him up, talk a little Arizona football, some basketball, get his thoughts after watching the Red-Blue game coming up last weekend, and then the premiere of the documentary about Lute Olson, which everybody who attended was just raving about. So many alumni in town. It was really a special weekend around the campus of the University of Arizona. So Dave Hickey will join us here on National Taco Day. So he's going to get to us in just a second, and we'll do that coming up here on the program. All right? Did I get everything out of the way? Yeah, I think we're ready to go. So we'll get Dave here as soon as we get him on the phone And should I ask him about National Taco Day? Should I, JW? All right, we'll see, because it is National Taco Day, which is my favorite holiday of the year. Let's run out to our guest hotline. Joining us right now, Dave Hickey, Athletic Director, University of Arizona. Happy National Taco Day, Dave.
Well, thanks, Rich. Good to be with you. And, yeah, it's always good to have a taco.
It is. I mean, it's one of the things. Look, you lived up in Oregon. You grew up in the Midwest. Being able to have a taco in some of these great places around Tucson. I was thinking about this weekend. I saw a couple of recruits around. I'm like, where do the recruits want to go eat? I'm sure that when they come in, they're like, wow, this is the best food in the whole wide world. I think I want to go to Tucson.
For sure. We've got a really good selection of all kinds of food, but we certainly know how to do our Mexican food, and that Southwest flair is a big part of who we are. So yeah, we do serve a lot of it on our recruiting trips, and the kids love it.
I love it because it is Hispanic Heritage Month, and I know coming up for the game against Oregon, this is one of the favorites because you bring in mariachis to entertain everybody before the game, and it's just beautiful when you watch the dancers down there on the field, and you get to really celebrate the traditions of Tucson.
Well, it sure does, and that's a big part of Tucson, and you know, really all of southern Arizona, really the entire state and the Southwest here. So big important part of it, and it's one of our bigger pieces of an entire month of recognizing and celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, and really some strong collaboration with great partners across campus. That, you know, again, we'll have a great night of a lot of activities going on, and all the performers will come out at halftime and perform with the Pride of Arizona too. So that makes for a really colorful and really dynamic entire field at halftime that is a ton of fun to watch.
Not many people know this, but I know that outreach to the Spanish-speaking and the Hispanic community is a big important linchpin for you here at the University of Arizona because of our diverse culture, and we have someone like Francisco Romero who spearheads all that, and right now I know he's busy with baseball as the Astros are trying to win another World Series because the guy has more rings than anybody else I know, but he spearheads this. I know the Spanish broadcasts are important to you. Talk to us a little bit about what you do, not just for this week, as we recognize our Hispanic culture in the city of Tucson, but what you do throughout the year, making sure that we reach out to those folks and get them involved. I know Tommy last week went out and said, hey, I want to make sure we reach out to folks all through Tucson and get them to the Red Blue game.
Yeah, you know, a tremendous event that down in South Tucson, a chance to distribute really literally a couple thousand tickets to our friends and fans in that area. Look, we want to celebrate and connect to all pieces of this community, all parts of it, and our heritage and tradition and the strong connections that this part of the country and certainly this state has to our great brothers and sisters of Hispanic heritage. It's that's important, and we want to celebrate that because, again, the University of Arizona is one big family, and we want to include everyone, and that we want to have outreach mechanisms. We want to meet people, halfway, so to speak. We want to really engage people fully. And when you talk about our game broadcasts, our social media platforms, that we've gone to Spanish-speaking and Spanish platforms. That's important to us, and we'll continue to grow that so that we can share the great messages, share the stories of Arizona athletics, talk about the connections, really embrace all of our fans across the board. And that's what we try to do with everything that we put out and the way we place it and the way we promote our program.
Well, and just this from the side, for what it's worth, because I've been involved in sports and broadcasting and marketing and outreach and everything. The one thing I do like about what you've done is you didn't take just what you did in English and then translate it and then it loses its context, that you actually have original content that Francisco and the Spanish broadcasters create, and it's a more respectful way to reach out to that community to actually show them, hey, we do care and we want you to be part of this Wildcat family.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, we're blessed with some very, very talented individuals that are involved in our program, and we're able to do that in a really genuine, meaningful, appropriate way. And yeah, it's not just something that we kind of put a sticker on or we kind of repurpose real quickly just to, so-called check a box. I mean, this is real and genuine, and it's about who we are. And we're gonna continue that and grow those platforms and grow those relationships as we keep going forward. We're all in this thing together. We want to celebrate everybody. We want everyone to be able to celebrate the tremendous things about Arizona athletics.
I'm just going to go down a rabbit hole with you for just one question, if you don't mind. The Arizona alumni are important. The family of players is important. How important is it to you for the entire community? For someone like me, I'm a proud Tucsonan. I didn't go to the University of Arizona, but I almost feel like I bleed as much red and blue as everybody else. I live it every day. I get excited when the team wins. I get disappointed when the team loses. I feel like a Wildcat, even though I didn't attend the school.
Well, hey, I think that certainly there's a great emotional attachment, and we have that comes somewhat more, organically, maybe naturally when you attend an institution, and that is where you spend some really important years of your life, and you embrace into different get embraced into different activities on campus. You develop passion that way. You can develop passion without having to so-called attend the school. But I think those who engage, I think that are in it, that actually attend the games, that are really supportive of the programs, that connect at a higher level, not at maybe just a surface level, but really believe it, want it to do well, want to help it do well, want to help the programs grow and prosper, that really understand how impactful this is on the student-athletes' lives. But it's a big part of the community, too. I think that's what, we need to touch on. This is bigger than just a university. It's part of a community and a state. It represents alums all over the world. That's important. And it's certainly an important driver inside of our community. It helps shape what this community is about. It's a big piece of who we are. And we want people to be connected to that. It's what makes it great to live in this area of Arizona, in Tucson, in the surrounding communities, to connect to this great university. Athletically, through the arts, through the great academic platforms are there, to walk on campus. I mean, it's a big part of who we are.
Do you get a smile on your face when you're driving to work and you pull up behind another car and they've got Arizona plastered all over the back window?
I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm a big advocate of that. I've got a sticker on the back of my window. I think we all ought to show and display our pride for the institution. And the more that you have when you drive around town, when people come into town, they go, wow, there's something special going on here. The way people support this program.
Because you and I have both worked in big places, small places, places that are passionate, places that want to have that passion. It's not universal when you drive through a city and you see as many stickers and license plates and license plate holders. I mean, you've probably been some programs where you walk in and there's big Michigan blue everywhere, and then you look around, oh, wait a minute, is that my school? No, darn it, it's just a different color sticker.
That's right, yeah. Well, again, I think people are very passionate about here. They connect to it. It is important to the fabric of our community. It's important to people's lives, and that makes it very special. That extra passion, that intense passion, is what makes it special. And that is, as you say, somewhat unique. That doesn't happen in every community. And you certainly don't have people that kind of stay with it through some of the ups and downs, some of the cyclical nature of sport. You've got to grind it out sometimes to allow the good things to happen and to really feel good about those and really appreciate those more. So some people want to jump on and off the wagon. I think, I don't like wagon jumpers. There's a lot of people that get hurt. I hope the wagons fill up quick so that people can't keep jumping on and off. We want full wagons all the time and really help us keep the program moving forward.
Speaking of that passion, we really saw it the Red-Blue game on Friday. I was really taken aback. Just the passion, the energy in the building. The alumni that were there, we saw JT Jason Terry, Richard Jefferson throwing T-shirts into the crowd. You had Lori Market in there, DeAndre Ayton. who was the judge of the slam dunk competition. Now I know why I wasn't the judge again this year, because you had really big people coming in to judge a slam dunk competition. But that was special with DeAndre Ayton making an appearance back in McHale Center. Just talk about the energy and what you saw and what you felt.
Well, like you said, I thought there was a real vibe in the place, a real high energy. Obviously sold out for as pretty much usual, but I just thought there was a lot of excitement for the program, and then to see all the alums that came back through the years, going back to Bob Elliott, who I love the fact that Tommy Lloyd turned around in front of everybody. It's kind of feels like we're at a family meal, and calls out, Bob Elliott. And knows what it's all about, knows what Bob's contribution was. And at the same time, to have Richard Jefferson, to have guys from all these different eras come in, because the program is so strong. And Tommy values that. He knows what kind of brotherhood, family this is, how connected people are to the place and to this basketball program. So it was a great energy, a terrific night, lots of awesome, show, display of talent. The dunk contest was fun. I thought our teams, it was fun to see them run up and down the floor. Obviously, got to see a lot of different combinations of players in different ways. But and I also remind everybody, we'd only been practicing for 4 days,
right.
I think 5 days at the most, as a team. We've been working out and doing different things. But, hey, this is just the very beginning. It was an early red-blue game, but lots of fun, high-level, big-time recruits in the house. I mean, can you imagine walking into an arena and seeing a place sold out? We have, we've got the whole place open, all the concession stands, everything's rolling like it's a full-time game. We're doing parking outside. It is like a real game. Everyone, people paying for tickets for an inter-squad scrimmage, essentially. I'm not downplaying that. What a powerful representation. What a powerful moment when those recruits walk in and go, wow. It's important here. This means something. This is a big-time basketball program. Again, credit to the great players and coaches who have been here and where we are, and to have Tommy and his staff leading, and the players we currently have continuing that great legacy and the power of this program. That's very exciting when you can have those kind of recruits in there. And it is a night that's a little different, because there's a lot of people that are it's their opportunity to come into McHale. We do have limited tickets. That is one of the misnomers. We're not always sold out every night, but it's obviously a hard ticket to get sometimes, and it's getting much harder, by the way. But there's an infusion of people who don't get a regular opportunity to come into McHale that buy tickets, and that's their night inside the building. And we're making big impressions on that. So that adds to the energy, I think, in the building as well.
See, I think that's my contribution. I need to make sure that I work with the ticket office to make sure we let folks know for some of the early season games, or some of the games that tickets get released at the last minute, that we stop that misnomer that you can't get your hands on tickets, because I think so many people just give up, like, oh, I'll never be able to see Arizona play at McHale. But if you're patient and you work hard, there are opportunities that will pop up during the season.
Absolutely, you bet. And, don't ever hesitate to pick up the phone and call the box office and just see, or drop by. And we generally have a way for people to get into the building, and we want as many people as possible to take advantage of those chances to play, to see our team play.
You talk about all the alumni that you had in there. Matt Muehlbach was calling the game on television. I was sitting with Kelvin Ifan and Deron Johnson, both Arizona alumni that played for Coach Olson. And I was really taken aback by the energy, and I'm hoping that we're going to see that, because I know that's something that's going to be important for Tommy this year, not to have the crowd feed off the players' energy, but the players feed off the crowd energy, is, I think, something that we want to see going forward.
Absolutely. I mean, elevating the level of intensity inside the building. I think the crowd can really pick people up. It can intimidate the opponents. It can help our team, kind of get that boost to a bigger level, and come energized right away. And they play an important part in the atmosphere and help our team be successful. There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely. Speaking of crowd that needs to help our team be successful, from Tucson, Johnny Nansen said it at the end of the defense coordinator's press conference. He and Brendan Carroll sat down with us today with all the reporters, and he said, hey, with this game against Oregon, we need you there. We need you for this game against the Oregon Ducks. It's going to be a tough game. Jed Fish Great game against Colorado last week. Jane Dolores ties a school record with 6 touchdowns. But, boy, Dave, there's something about the Pac-12 conference. It is hard to walk out unscathed. And you look at the schedule that we have coming up, Oregon, and then you go through this gauntlet, meat grinder, whatever you call it. This is a big game for the Cats at 3-2.
It's a big one. I mean, again, another opportunity to go out on the field. A measuring stick for our football program that continues to grow and evolve and move forward. Let's all remember to have patience, but we get better with every snap, every practice, every week, every opportunity to go out and be in a competitive environment against a great program and a great team in the University of Oregon. This is a challenging trip for lots of programs, so it'll be, I think if we can fill the stadium, we've got really good – this is an intense environment. We are getting there, I will say. I hope people help us get over the hump. We're approaching that fill in the house, and let's help sell this place out for this ball game and crack the 50,000 mark and fill it up, because there's nothing more intense than Arizona Stadium when everybody's in there really going crazy. And again, we played very well against Colorado. As I like to say, we kind of did what we should have done. We took care of business, did it in an exciting manner. We've got things we can work on and we can get better, but everybody's got to be into it for this week. Everybody's got it. These are opportunities. These are big opportunities to see where you are as a program. And like I said, we need everybody in. It's not time to. This is no longer a sit on the sidelines. I'll wait and see where this thing's going. I think it's very evident where it's going. So we need people to get on board, and our fans to get on board and really be that X factor to help our program get over these hurdles and continue to move forward. And hey, we can see that horizon, and it's really good for Arizona football.
621 Cats to get your tickets, ArizonaWildcats.com. Last question before we let you go. Parents' Weekend. This is huge for the athletic department, obviously, but this is big for the university. There's going to be someone who's coming along to see their older brother or older sister that's 10 years old that's going to walk out with an Arizona Wildcat sweatshirt, have that sweatshirt, and 5 years from now, when they're trying to figure out where to go to college, they might have an affinity or fall in love with the University of Arizona for coming in this weekend. How big is Parents' Weekend in the grand scheme of the future of the University of Arizona?
No, it's really one of our biggest events on campus. You kind of put it right up there with homecoming, and like you said, this brings maybe a slightly different group of people in, parents, someone's son or daughter who are here, brothers and sisters that come in, relatives, friends, get an exposure to campus life, come on into town on Friday, have dinner, see the social scene, see all the different things that go on. Again, get right in on the beautiful weather, on what it's like to be here in the fall, and you expose a lot of people to that, and at the same time they get to come to an outstanding football game, see all the energy of big-time athletics and an exciting college football weekend in town. So it's a big part of what goes on across campus. We're doing other things besides just the football game, engaging parents at a number of levels and their families of what campus life's like, how their son or daughter or that loved one that they're there with is engaged in campus, what they're doing, how things are going, all the different services that are going on. So it's a big weekend for us, lots of fun. And like you said, it does open the doors, opens eyes for other people that could be potential students, that could be potential season ticket holders that really see what a great place the University of Arizona is. And like I always said, I think our students have one of the best experiences across the country here. When you come here, it's such a positive environment, such a student-centered environment, and the young people who come here when they leave, always talk about these as the best days they've ever had.
Absolutely. Oh, by the way, cross-country ran last weekend. I was going to ask you how they did, because they were over at TCC, right?
That's right. We had our first event, our one and only home event, which is not uncommon. We go to a lot of invitationals around the country and around the West Coast. The Dave Murray Invitational Friday morning at Tucson Country Club. Someone we're doing a lot of things with. Our new golf center will be out there as well for both of our golf teams. But the chance to put our men and women out there and host teams from the West, to come in, and we had an outstanding meet. And both our men and women won their sides of the meet, and so walked away with the championship trophy, which was just tremendous. Our cross-country programs are in great hands, led by Bernard Legat, one of the all-time greats. But we had you talk about bringing in recruits. We had a ton of people out there watching the event. Started at 7 in the morning, but we also had 6 of very high-level, high-class recruits there. Number 1 rated cross-country athletes in their state. A couple of 1 and 2 rated in their country as high school age students, so that we're there. So we're really recruiting the very best out there, and that bodes well for our program. And thanks for the people that came out. We've got a couple more meets, and then we head right into Pac-12 championships down in Riverside, California, where we've run a couple times, and will be a familiar course, and we'll go down and compete with the Pac-12 schools.
Dave, thank you for joining me. Sorry we went a little bit long, but I wanted to make sure we got in the cross-country because, again, tomorrow's Wildcat Wednesday, and we always make sure we focus on all the student-athletes, including the Olympic sports around the University of Arizona. So thanks for giving us that update on cross-country. I will see you Friday at Bear Down Friday for the big pep rally. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me give you a second to talk to the Wildcat fans.
Well, hey, thanks, Rich. Appreciate it. Always appreciate our visits and the opportunity to visit with our great fan base out there. And couldn't do it without you. Let's have a great week this week. Let's have a tremendous football game and a lot of fun throughout the weekend. Let's go get a victory. There's no reason why we shouldn't. So bear down, go Cats.
All right, Dave, thank you so much. I'll see you Friday out there at Bear Down Friday.
Sounds good.
All right, take care. Dave Hickey joining us, Athletic Director, University of Arizona, our guest here at Wildcats Radio 1290. Coming up next, I talked about it. It's a huge hill that Arizona has to climb. Johnny Nansen talked about how important the fans are going to be at the game this Friday. We'll do that next. Our thanks to Dave Hickey, Athletic Director, University of Arizona, joining us here. We got more coming up. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for 2. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down, and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, did they need that? My goodness. Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball. Down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're tied.
Huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berrios. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back.
All right, the Rich Herrera Radio Show rolls on both Wildcats Radio 1290, our app, your smart speakers, WildcatsRadio1290.com, where you can listen to us or you can watch our stream of the program, and on YouTube.
I think at this point, if you picked up a shell on the beach, you can probably find it there, too.
You catch a show. We're everywhere. All right, our thanks, Dave Hickey, for joining us here on the program. Let me see. My buddy Rich in Chicago, who listens to the show now, is been waiting on hold. Let me grab Rich, and then I'm going to talk about this mountain that Arizona has to climb in football coming up beginning this week against Oregon. Rich, what's going on?
Hey, good evening. I've got a game plan for you.
Okay, talk to me.
Before I get into that, though, I want to tell you why I become a friend of the program here.
Yes, sir.
It's not only just you, because you're a good guy, but you've got my namesake, right?
Yes.
And Lute Olson has my last name.
I like that, then. There's a reason why. There's a reason why.
You know what? I believe in destiny and fate. I knew there was a reason.
Absolutely. I like when you call. Listen, I'll just share this with everybody. So over the summer, I filled in quite a bit for Amy Lawrence. I'm like the super utility guy on CBS Sports Radio when it's not football and basketball season, and they'll say, "Hey, can you do the morning show? Can you do weekends? Can you do overnights?" I'm like, "Yeah, I like doing the national radio." And then Rich had been called into the national radio show, and I like talking to him. And whenever I saw him, I said, "Oh, make sure he jumps to the top of the line." So now he's been listening to the local show. I dig it.
All right. Well, let me give you what I've learned.
Yes, sir.
And let me give you a little background. You know, given the fact that I'm an ex-beaten-up football guy, I know a lot of guys from different schools. Well, I have friends that are coming to your place Saturday, 6 of them, that 2 of them are buddies of mine that played football. They're Oregon guys. I talked to them, and then I talked to a couple of my Georgia buddies because of Lanning as a defensive coordinator at Georgia for the past 3-4 years. I wanted to find out a little bit about how he ticks. But here's what I learned, and these guys are very objective. This is really kind of a scout report, not drink the Kool-Aid either way, but just be very objective, and they were. And I asked them, I said, I don't like Nix. That's why they ran him off at Auburn. They go, yeah. And I asked the Oregon guys, what do you think of his biggest exposure? And this is going to be very interesting because I didn't even realize this. He said, you got to pressure him. He says, if you put a lot of pressure on him, he doesn't really read defenses well. He locks onto his primary receiver, which I looked up. This kid's name is Franklin. He got 24 catches at 16 yards a reception. So you got to jam him. You got to really play bump and run on him because if he's not open on the first read, Nix takes off. And let me tell you why he takes off. He's got 261 yards rushing. He's the second leading rusher and close to the lead rusher, which is this kid Irving. He's got 363 and a nice 7.5-yard average. All right, so you got him. The other thing that's a real weakness, their field goal kicker is 7 for 7, right? Very misleading. His longest field goal this year is 38 yards.
Wow.
So the kid doesn't have a leg, and they look at it, hey, yeah, they got a kicker, he's 7 for 7. That's nonsense, total nonsense. So if you're going to defend these guys, because here's what I looked at. Then I went and looked at how they did against Georgia when Georgia ran them out of the stadium. And this tells you about why Nix is terrible and the rest of these guys can't do anything. Nix was 21 for 37 for 173 yards. And that's pretty much junk time when he had yardage. And he had 2 interceptions. That's his card, probably around a 50 quarterback rating against Georgia. So he obviously can't handle pressure. Secondly, his lead guy who he locks into, obviously as the first option, this kid Irving caught 3 balls for 34 yards, an 11-yard average, 3 catches. So here's the deal. You jam Irving at the line so you don't let him off. That's going to screw up the timing. It's going to force him to try to break the pocket. And what you have to do is if you contain him, in other words, if you keep him in the pocket, jam the receiver, Irving, he's dead man.
So here's what, okay, so Rich, hold on. JW, I'm going to go a little bit long here, and then I'll make the breakup coming up because I want to continue this discussion. So here's what's interesting, Rich, as you walk through all this, and we're getting a scouting report. And again, this is my buddy Rich. He played college football, so I like when he calls in because he actually gives me good information that you kind of know as a player and has been around the game. So this afternoon I was doing just a little bit of research, getting ready for the pregame show, and I was like, okay, wow, Oregon put up 45 points against Stanford. Pretty good showing, right? Yep. But I also realized that Oregon put up 21 points in the second quarter, just 2 touchdowns. Meanwhile, Stanford came back and scored 24 points in the second half. Outscored them by 10. But when I was walking through, and this is kind of what you're talking about, I was walking through, I go, wow, 45 points. Bo Nix must have had a good game. When I break down the numbers and I'm looking, he only had 29 passes. He was 16 for 29, 2 touchdowns, but only 161 yards in the air. I go, okay, so what do they do? So I go back and I start looking at the rushing for Oregon. Bo Nix led all rushers, 6 carries, 141 yards, the long of an 80-yard strike that he had. Bucky Irving, 10 carries for 97 yards. Noah Whittingham, 11 carries for 66 yards. This is kind of a different-looking offense once you start breaking down some of the numbers.
Well, let me give you something else. Because, I said this is Lanning's first year from Georgia.
Right.
He's a defensive coordinator.
Yes.
And the guys at Georgia told me the reason Nix runs is that Lanning is a run-first coach.
Yes.
Georgia grinds it out. They've got unbelievable running backs for the last 10 years. And he's a defensive coordinator. So you're not going to see a lot of creative offense.
No.
And if you take away, do the Belichick deal, take away the 2 weapons, jam the receiver, and put pressure on Nix.
Which one did you say? The big wide receiver for Oregon was who?
Irving.
Irving. Okay.
Against Georgia, he had 3 catches against Georgia, Rich.
And I don't think he played. I don't think he had a catch against Stanford, if I'm looking at this correctly.
Maybe not.
Bucky Irving, he had 10 carries out of the backfield as the running back, and he had no catches against Stanford.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Franklin. Okay.
I'm sorry,
Franklin. Okay. Franklin. Terrence Franklin. Okay. And they did do a good job. Only 2 catches, 16 yards.
That's good. That's good. Well, see, that kind of proves the point. And I got to tell you something. That makes sense, though. Think about it. If he ran for 160 yards against Stanford, he's not going to have good passing stats. And I tell you, Lanning's he doesn't have a problem with the quarterback taking off as a defensive coordinator and a run-first guy. He's got a license to take off. Now, what do you think is going to happen if you contain the receiver? And what if you just put a spy? You put a spy on Nix where he can't break the pocket. I think you could. I'd love to be the defensive coordinator. I would kill them.
And last week they had 1 sack. Let me see. Let me make sure I got this right. How many sacks do they have? They had 3 sacks in the ball game. They had 6 tackle for losses. Arizona's done a good job with Hunter Echols of being able to put pressure on the quarterback flying in. He's kind of a linebacker who's putting his hand in the dirt. They've got 2, and they've been challenging. I talked to Johnny Nansen today, defense coordinator, and he said, hey, listen, we've been challenging our guys, defensive backs, cornerbacks, and safeties to get up there and really take on wide receivers. So if you look at this, I saw the 45 points they put up, and I'm like, oh, it's Oregon football. And I keep thinking of Chip Kelly and Rich Brooks and coaches like that. And then when you look at it, it's like that's not really indicative of what the stats will tell you.
You know what Georgia threw on them?
What's that?
I think close to 400 yards.
Oh, yeah. They just ran the ball down their throat.
Well, and threw it all over the lot.
Yeah.
If you're going to beat them, their secondary is no great shakes. They don't have a great pass rush. They're more of a contained type defense, same way Georgia is. Bend but don't break kind of guys.
Okay, so let me ask you. So let me throw one more thing at you, and then I got to run real quick. For Bo Nix, because we've always heard good Bo, bad Bo. And if you watch Game Day when he was at Auburn, you'd see the good Bo, bad Bo posters that everybody would throw up. At home, he's lethal. On the road, you get him a little discomfort. You put him in duress. You rush right up his face. You force him out of the pocket. His throwing percentage changes like almost all quarterbacks. But as he goes to these different type of offenses and he's asked to do these different things, I think that's the one thing that we don't appreciate in college football is the fact that quarterbacks have a hard time making their progressions in the college game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he might be the perfect example.
Well, let me give you an analogy to him, because we got this problem with Justin Fields with the Bears.
Right.
Every time I hear bear down, I'm thinking of you guys talking about the Bears. You know, so because that's what they yell around here. And let me tell you something. Justin Fields is 1-8 on the road in a year and a half. And these young guys who aren't real astute, as you pointed out, at second and third reads, first thing they do is they panic when they're on the road with a hostile crowd and a lot of noise. Because the other thing is you don't think about, they can't hear the snap count in the shotgun.
Right.
I mean, it's really hard. I was a high school quarterback and a freshman quarterback, and I was moved to defense because we had 2 NFL guys ahead of me, and I wanted to get on the field. So I understand that, because once you play in front of a big crowd, it's a whole different ballgame, especially if you're on the road. Well, that's Bo Nix's rap. He's the same as Justin Fields.
Yep.
That's why I think you can rattle him, you can contain him, you will beat them. You can beat them straight up.
So, folks, when Johnny Nansen says we need you this weekend, there's a reason why. If the crowd, and again, Rich, I'll tell everyone, can I share where you went to school?
Yeah, what's up to you? Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, he's a Gator. He's been at the Swamp. We saw what happened when Utah went to the Swamp. I've been to the Swamp. It is an intimidating place to go for everybody. I've been there for some huge games, LSU. I've been there for Alabama. I've been to the Swamp when it's loud. It will throw a quarterback off from another team. And that's why when you hear Dave Hickey, the athletic director, say it, when you hear Johnny Nansen pleading, come out to the game, bring some energy. You bring some energy, it is going to bring out Bad Bo and give the Arizona Wildcats an opportunity.
Yeah, I can't emphasize that enough. And I'm not the marketing guy to try to fill the seats. But I got to tell you, you should have a sellout. I mean, this is a game that I think is worthy, not only Oregon coming to town, but you guys are improving every week. And that's why I said if you watch the spread, I watch that like a hawk. It's still below 14. It's still early. It's Tuesday. But I got you guys at 13.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with 13.
And folks, by the way, this is a disinterested third party. He's a Gator. We've become friends, and I love when he gets a chance to call into the program. This is somebody who is not looking through bear down red and blue color glasses. This is somebody, and when I get a chance to talk to him on the other shows, he calls it like it is, and that's why I love talking to him. So, folks, if he's saying this, what do you got for me, Tucson? I'll put it to you that way.
I tell you what, challenge the crowd to come out.
I love it. Hey, Rich, you're the best, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, see you, Rich.
All right, take care. That is awesome. Dude, I love that guy. JW, we just happened to be filling in. I was on for Amy for like almost, I think I did like 5 out of 6 weeks for Amy.
Right.
Remember, I was walking around like a zombie because I was working till 3 in the morning and
Sure.
I happened to be back here the first thing in the morning. But he would call in. I'm like, dude, clear everybody else out. Here's who I want to talk to. And all the stuff he talked about made so much sense. So that's a breakdown right there when you look at what Nix did last week, throwing the ball versus running the ball. And he's right. You put pressure in his face. You put pressure in any quarterback's face, they're going to have a hard time. He has a really hard time. If he locks down to the one, you put pressure on him, and he panics and can't get through the rest of his reads.
There is one stat that was left out, however.
What's that?
Which is that in 161 attempts, he's been sacked once this year for a 1-yard loss.
Right.
So what that means is in his 4th year, he's throwing the ball out of bounds rather than taking the loss, and obviously getting out and running as well in opportune time. So getting pressure on him sounds like a great idea, but it looks like the schemes to block.
It throws him out of his rhythm.
In 5 games, he's been sacked 1 time for 1-yard loss.
For 1 yard loss.
1 yard loss on 1 sack in 161 attempts.
When did he get sacked? Because I'm looking at the sack
believe it
totals
was
for
last
Stanford.
week.
Yeah, for Stanford. You know who got him? Jackson Boy. You know who that is? One of the kids I coached at Cathedral Catholic.
Nice.
I have to call his mom and say, hey, I got a chance to work Jackson into the program today. Coming up, I do want to talk a little bit more about this game and the difference that you're going to be able to make in it. I got some sound for Johnny Nansen and Brendan Carroll talking about this because it is a huge mountain that Arizona has to climb. We'll do that coming up next. I'm Rich Herrera. You know what? I want to get your reaction to what he said. Is this a winnable game for the University of Arizona? 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We'll continue with you. This is the home of Arizona football. Don't forget, we'll be on the air with you at 1:30 for the 6 o'clock kick Saturday night at Arizona Stadium. The Ducks are coming to town. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for 2. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. for Bernard. Goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins. Throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three. Blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it. It's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step to hand off. Into the backfield and drop. No gain. Loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry. Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins. Throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three. Blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it. It's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way. Out to Tabellas. Down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's hot! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, 3 have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're tied.
A huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berrios. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take.
All right, the Rich Herrera Show rolls on here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Coming up, top of the next hour, Sweet D is going to join us. The one and only David Adams will entertain us coming up at 5 o'clock. I had a great time with him doing the pregame show last week. My buddy Rich was just pointing something out about the Wildcats in the game coming up this week. It is a huge weekend for Arizona because they're starting this meat grinder. They're starting this meat grinder of football. Got the schedule right here. Oregon, top 25. Washington, top 25. USC, top 25. Utah, top 25. UCLA, top 25. Washington State should be in the top 25. And Arizona State. This is the part where the Pac-12 normally have one great team. Recent years, not so much. But then you have some good teams, and they all beat each other up. And this is the part where if you're second division, is what they used to call it in baseball, but if you're on the bottom half of the Pac-12 standings, this is the part where everybody tries to stand on top of you to climb that pole. This is where everybody runs through and does whatever they can to try to jump ahead of everybody else. This is where all the people, all the different teams will try to push you down and stand in your back to climb those Pac-12 standings. So as you have all these teams coming in that are in the top 25, they want nothing more to bury Arizona. Why? Because they need these victories to keep up with everybody else. Because if you're UCLA, USC, you're undefeated. You're sitting on top of the Pac-12 standings. If you're Oregon, you've got a loss to Georgia. If you're Cal, you have a loss. These teams that have 1-2 losses, they can't afford to have a loss to Arizona. So this is the part where everybody beats each other up. Can you get me cut 31, if you don't mind? I talked to Johnny Nansen and Brennan Carroll about what's coming up with this meat grinder of the schedule for the University of Arizona.
You said 31?
Do I have 31 in there?
I do.
Yeah,
Ready?
31. Yeah, let me see. I think this is the right cut.
I think we're embracing it. These are opportunities that you come to Arizona and for coaches and players. I think you got to be excited for this game and the other games moving forward. These are big time games, and you got to be ready to play. This is why you came here.
Yeah, it's really been the messaging hasn't changed. All these are championship opportunities, right? We're trying to win the Pac-12, and you got to win all these games if you want to have a chance to do that. So we've been treating them the same all the way through, so this isn't really any different for us, I would hope.
So this is the difference between me and Kelvin Efon. I'm a fan. When I'm watching the games, I cover the team, but I'm a fan. So what do I want as a fan? I want to take on teams that are 0-5 like Colorado and that are struggling. So my team has the best opportunity to win. But that's not the way Kelvin looks at it. Kelvin Efon's goal is for everybody in the Pac-12 conference to have one loss. If he could, he wants everybody. You know what his goal is? Folks, I'm not kidding you. Kelvin Efon had his way. Arizona State would be undefeated right now in the top 25. Kelvin Efon roots for Arizona State to win every week. And I know you're going to look at me like, Herrera, you're crazy. He's a Wildcat. Why is he doing that? Because big dogs want to take on another big dog. As fans, I'd rather take on Arizona State after they've lost every game this season and they're over. But Kelvin doesn't want to do that. He wants to take you on, and he wants to whoop you when you're at your best. So for Kelvin Efon, he wants Arizona State to win every game, be undefeated, have the Cats be undefeated, go into that game, and then just kick the snot out of them, because that's what an alpha dog wants to do. You hear Nansen and Carroll. Can we play that one more time? Do you mind, JW? Can I grab that one more time? Here's again, first it's Johnny Nansen, and it's Brennan Carroll, and I asked them, all right, guys, we're to the point of the season where it's either, what you call it whatever you want, the gauntlet, the meat grinder, but you got all these games coming up against top 25 teams, and here is their response.
I think we're embracing it. These are opportunities that you come to Arizona and for coaches and players. I think you got to be excited for this game and the other games moving forward. These are big time games, and you got to be ready to play. This is why you came here.
Yeah, it's really been the message.
So again, there's Nansen. That's why you come here. They're looking forward to the fight. They want to go in there. Nobody wants to go into a heavyweight championship fight and get. If you want the strap, nobody's going to want to walk in there and face somebody with a broken arm. I want to take you on at your best. If you're Floyd Mayweather, don't you want to fight Manny Pacquiao when he's at his best? Don't you want to fight Ricky the Hitman Hatton when he's at his best? By the way, Mayweather did duck Pacquiao for about 5 years. But anyway, that's all I'm saying.
The steel sharpens steel thing, Kelvin always says, which in the late 80s, there was a stretch where Arizona won on average by 25 points a game in college basketball in the Pac-12. Once they got to the tournament, they saw some styles that gave them a little bit of trouble because every single game just like Gonzaga does now, every game for the last 2-3 months of the season more or less is a pushover. All of a sudden, by the time you get to a game where you really need to bring your best, maybe you're not prepared for that situation.
It's a biblical verse. Iron sharpens iron. Booger McFarland says it all the time. Today's program is brought to you in part by QC Kinetics. What QC Kinetics has done for people here in Arizona and around the country is nothing short of amazing. Listen, we're talking about lasting pain relief that they thought they would never be able to find. If you suffer from chronic back pain that just keeps you from getting out and enjoying yourself, I mean, it's going to be in the 80s this weekend. And if you're in such pain because of your knees, your joints, your back, your shoulder, your elbow, and you just can't get out there and live anymore, and you think, oh, I'm just going to be stuck here and I'm going to have to deal with this pain for the rest of my life. No, you don't. There is now advanced regenerative medicine, non-surgical alternatives to living with pain. Whether it's from an injury or arthritis, don't let the doctors and the medical folks just say, you know what, we'll try steroids. And if that doesn't work, we'll try pain meds. And then if that doesn't work, we'll get you surgery. There's more options than that. It's 2022. There is new medicine and medical treatments out there that you could use right now. There's all kinds of stuff going on right now that we didn't have 30 years ago. And one of them are these regenerative treatments that come from QC Kinetics that can restore and repair your damaged joint tissue. Maybe you've been told, oh, bone-on-bone arthritis, sorry, nothing we could do. No, call QC Kinetics now. There's an alternative way to deal with the pain. These amazing protocols work with pain caused by injury or something like torn meniscus or a rotator cuff. Don't just live with that pain. Do something about it. Call QC Kinetics right now. Don't keep living with that pain. Learn how regenerative medicine can give you your life back with no drugs and no surgery, and most importantly, no downtime. Call QC Kinetics right now for a free consultation. Here's the number, 520-497-4955. That's 520-497-4955. QC Kinetics, 520-497-4955. Located at Academy in Orange Grove, 520-497-4955. Don't just keep sitting there in pain. Do something about it. Call QC Kinetics today. All right, coming up, Sweet D, David Adams. We'll talk to the legendary running back of the Arizona Wildcats. He joins us next here on 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down, and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry. Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Oh, did they need that? My goodness. Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline, circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot, 16 left in the ball game. Matherin, 3 balls straight away, good!
That's a huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep, down, trying to find Berrios. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball, he underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it.
Each weekday, Wildcats Radio 1290 brings you all the latest news and opinions on Wildcats football and the Pac-12. So bear down, Tucson, and let's talk Arizona football. Our Arizona Insiders are brought to you by Coors Light, official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics. Chill on, Wildcats. Here is your host, Rich Herrera.
All right, we continue with you here on Wildcats Radio 1290. I'm Rich Herrera. We are doing our best to get Sweet D David Adams on, and our phone keeps going out, so we'll get him on as our Arizona Insider. But that also gives me a moment to remind everybody that this radio program is brought to you by PGA Tour Superstore, located at Oracle and Limberlost. Shop with the pros at Tucson's PGA Tour Superstore. If you are out looking, and now the weather is getting gorgeous. It rained all day, and then now I think I'm looking. It's going to be in the 80s this weekend. The best time of the year in Tucson. Like the high today, 78. Gorgeous. You want to go hit the golf links and you haven't been out there in a while? You need new shoes. They have them all from Nike, Adidas, Echo, Puma, New Balance, Skechers. They're all right there at low everyday prices. You need new golf balls. They have them all from Titleist Pro V1s, TaylorMade, Callaway, Bridgestone, Wilson, drivers, whatever you need, they have it all right there. And here's the best part about this. We have a hookup for you. Because they want to bring golf to everybody in Southern Arizona, they sponsor our Tucson Golf Show, heard every Saturday morning at 8 a.m., which is awesome. But they also take care of us when we send our listeners in. So if you haven't been to the golf store in a while and you need to find just the right one, there's only one in town to go to, and that's PGA Tour Superstore. Here's the best part of all of this. They have a special for Wildcat Radio 1290 listeners. $20 off a purchase of $100, $50 off a purchase of $250. Restrictions apply. Ping, Titleist, FootJoy not included in this promotion. Everything else in the store, they'll hook you up. It's a Rich Herrera hookup at PGA Tour Superstore. Shop with the pros at PGA Tour Superstore on Oracle and Limberlost. And thanks to them for supporting Arizona Golf. We're running out to our guest hotline. Joining us right now, Sweet D David Adams, who's part of our pregame show last week. I don't know, Sweet D, if Glenn Howell's going to be able to come back and fill your shoes. You did such a great job, buddy. Bear it out. Thanks for joining us.
No problem, my friend. Glenn Howell, it's hard to replace him. Glenn is the man.
Well,
I'm trying to be like him.
And again, he's the mayor of Tucson. Everywhere you go, everybody knows him, and he's got the best mustache this side of Tom Selleck.
Yeah, him and Tom Selleck I think they might be related.
I think he's had that mustache since he was in the second grade.
Well, I think he was born with it, so you might be a little late.
All right, let's talk about the game. I think I've discovered something after listening to you and Kelvin talk, and the fact that I got to hang out with Chuck Levy, David Adams, and Kelvin Efon and just cut it up was pretty cool. I wanted to get your thoughts after we sat there and we talked, and we spent the 3 hours together on the pregame show and then watched the game. What were your takeaways?
I thought that they played very well. I think that they tried to stick with one runner as much as possible because I think he had 16, 17 carries, and that might be a record for them at that time. And I think that really helped the running game by they stuck with one person and his style, and I think that helped. But they played well. That's all I can say. They played very well.
So I think I figured something out. So Michael Wiley, 16 carries, 77 yards. But I think I figured something out. It's something that Kelvin and I kind of alluded in yesterday, and the more and more I think about it, after going to the press conference today, I think I forgot a word when I described what Arizona's trying to do. So you ready to work with me on this?
I'm ready to work with you.
Okay. Because you talked about in your day, you went to Larry Smith. Great story. Hey, Larry, I need to touch the ball 50 times. You do that, we're going to win. And what did Coach tell you?
Get out of his office.
Did he have a smile on his face, or did he just look at you like, get out?
No, he looked at me like, David, please, get out of my office.
Now, how many?
He didn't let me. He thought I meant 50 carries, and I meant 50 touchdowns.
Now, right.
So return the kickoff return.
So I when you were talking about that, a light went off in my head. Because we've been talking about Arizona's offense, and ever since Jed got here, pro-style offense. What's pro-style offense mean to you?
That is not college. That's all it means to me.
And
it's what works in the pros. Works in the pros. It's like you would never run the wishbone in the NFL.
No. Why not? Well, why not?
Well, one, your quarterbacks are going to get hit too much.
Right.
Quarterbacks aren't made the same as everybody else. But two, there's really no threat of the pass from the bone. Everything is we are going to run it, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I always think teams
the people that ran the bone in the 70s, that's what they did.
And I look at the teams that run the triple option, the service academies, and I'm a service academy dad, so I'm probably one of the only ones that sits and flips off game day, turns game day off, I should say, to watch the pregame show for the service academies if I'm home and Arizona's playing a night game. I like watching Army. I like watching Navy. I like watching Air Force. I'm a little touched that way. But the reason why the service academies run that style is they don't necessarily have athletes every year. So they run something that if I got big guys that are really, really smart, they might not be that fast. They might not be that athletic year to year. But I know they're smart enough to figure out this triple option. I can run that consistently. I've kind of figured something out after talking to you on Saturday. I think the word that I've been missing and trying to explain to everybody in looking at what Arizona is doing this year, pro style is kind of an ambiguous word. I don't know what it means. But when I was watching Monday Night Football, and then I was watching Arizona playing at its very best with a Colorado team that wasn't putting any pressure and was struggling a little bit, I think now what I need to talk about is it's a pro-style attack. Throw the ball down the field, chunk yardage, run the ball enough to keep people honest, but I'm going to try to attack the same way the Rams and the 49ers do. What do you think?
Yeah, that could be, but the thing about it is that when you get to the NFL, you're dealing with the best of the best. So
Bingo.
Implement these type of things. And at this level, you don't have the best of the best on your team at all times. And the philosophy that you used a little while ago with the service academy, anybody can learn any offense if you practice it enough. The thing about it is, are you going to be any good at it is another question.
Can you execute it?
Because you can find big people that are strong, but you can't always find big people that are fast or fast people, period. So usually fast people don't end up in the service for one reason or another. They're running track.
Right.
They're running, other sports. They may be just running from the police. I don't know. But I'm telling you, fast people are very rarely found in the service academy.
Right, because if you're fast and you have that potential, you want to go play in the National Football League. Going to West Point is not going to have a path for you to make it to the National Football League. Going to Alabama is.
Exactly.
So, but here's where I'm going with this. And Michael Lev, I think, is working on a story about the trio of wide receivers that you have, and I'll throw in Taylor McLaughlin, the tight end. All of them can catch the ball. And it really kind of dawned on me as I'm watching this game, and I couldn't figure out why. This is a game where I could establish the run if I'm the University of Arizona. Why didn't I do that? But what I think we're seeing right now is, for right now, at this moment in time, the Arizona Wildcats have talented wide receivers, a trio that can all get chunk yardage, and a tight end that can go out and get the kind of yardage that you want out of a Kelsey or a George Kittle. I'm not saying that he's Kittle. I'm not saying that he's Kelsey, but he could play a role like that with three speedsters and a big, powerful wide receiver that could go up and get it, and you can run that type of attack.
Well, the other thing is this here. Everything on earth is geared around the quarterback now.
Yep.
So his stats are very, very important. So they say, well, this swing pass is equivalent to a run, but it's not. It's a swing pass, and that's what the game is turned to. That's why you're getting, running backs making $2 million a year and quarterbacks making $50 million a year, because everything is geared around the quarterback. I mean, all the rules are geared around the quarterback. What is the difference between a 6'3", 230-pound quarterback and a 6'3", 230-pound running back? They're both the same number-wise,
right?
But the quarterback cannot be getting hit, which I totally disagree with. I think protect them in the pocket, but once you leave the pocket, you're just like a running back to me. I'm not saying that they can't slide. Okay, slide, but you should be able to hit them just like any other player after they pass the line of scrimmage.
Right, and that's part of the differences in the way the game has changed over the years to what we're seeing last night with the Rams and the 49ers. Okay, one other thing I wanted to bring up to you. This is a meat grinder portion of the season for the Arizona Wildcats. I asked both coaches, coordinators about this. They go, hey, we're braces. You want to play championship-style football? I want to be the best. I want to take on the best. Give me your thoughts as we're getting ready for Oregon, top 25 team. And then after that, you're going to have Washington. And then after that, you're going to go through USC, Utah, UCLA. Washington State should be in the top 25. This is the Pac-12 at its best. Arizona's getting ready to go through the meat of their season.
Well, my thing is that the schools that you named, as of just take the last 10 years and some of them more than that, their history brings problems to you as well. What I'm saying is sometimes you go out there and you're in a tight game, and then you start thinking about, oh, man, this is USC. USC, they've had 10 Heisman Trophy winners. They've had this, they've had that. And you start playing the ghost of the past, and you're not playing the 11 people that are on defense or on offense. and that starts to play a role. You know, Oregon and Oregon State and people like that they don't have a 25-year history of being a quality team. Because when I was in school, they weren't stat games, but they were games where we knew worst case scenario we were at least going to win. You know, we didn't have to worry about the tradition of, well, we're in a tight situation, and they got Marcus Allen. So
we always talk about this quite a bit on this radio show, and I'm always proud when I get surrounded by all these great Arizona Wildcats. When you take on the USCs of the world, and you take on the UCLAs, and you're going to take on all these glamour teams like Oregon this week. What does it mean to an Arizona Wildcat when you're taking on the world?
Well, see, here's the thing. Nobody is afraid of Arizona because Arizona, they've had good teams, but they've never had really great teams. They don't have a history of greatness and things like that. USC does, UCLA, Washington. I mean, they go back 30, 40, 50 years. So therein lies. When Arizona's in a tight game, it's a surprise. Oh, they're the underdog. Even when they're the favorite, it's still an upset to most people. I mean, when Arizona was 12-1, it was still an upset when they beat everybody.
Right.
See, and that's the thing, because we don't have a consistent history of beating people. We just don't have that. And, you know, and it's going to take several years, maybe, 20 years of consistency to
be that big dog.
To be like that, like Arizona basketball. Anytime they're on a roll, that it's an upset when another school beats them.
How much did you like when you took on a USC if they're number one, or a UCLA and they're on their way to the Rose Bowl?
I loved it because they always had good backs, so I knew that everybody was there to watch their other backs. So if I outdid them, you couldn't make up an excuse. Because I always wanted to outrush the other guy's back. So at least I nullified that part of the game. Because I'm not tackling anybody. I'm not throwing any passes. But if I outrushed them, I did my job as nullifying that particular part of the game.
David Adams, Sweet D, joining us here on Wildcats Radio 1290. I'm glad you're part of our family, man.
Oh, I'm having a great time, and I'm learning a lot, too, on how to run a radio show. So,
before you know it,
it's good for everybody.
Before you know it, the Sweet D and Rich show. I'll give you top billing.
Hey, let me tell you, you can give me bottom billing. Just get me in there. And them big checks you making, $100,000 a week, I'm just trying to get a piece of that.
Hey, don't tell everybody that. Don't tell everybody
my
that.
Fault.
Then now people are going to expect me to buy dinner. Although I do owe you dinner because I brought the wrong barbecue over, so I do promise I owe you dinner.
That's the deal.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll call it even.
There you go. Hey, David Adams, thank you so much for coming on with me, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, Rich. Had a blast. Thank you.
All right, take care. David Adams joining us here, our Arizona insider for today on 1290.
Thanks to Coors Light for bringing you today's Arizona Insiders on Wildcats Radio. This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, Goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins. Throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three. Blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it. It's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step to handoff. In the backfield and drop. No gain. Loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry. Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins. Throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three. Blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it. It's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way. Out to Tabellas. Down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's hot! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down. That was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're
a
tied.
Huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berrios. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time.
Yes, he did it. 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 Yes. Aaron Judge hit his 62nd home run of the season for the New York Yankees. You want to know why I'm so happy about that, JW?
Why is that?
Because that means I don't have to have any more split, stupid screens showing Aaron Judge every time he comes up to bat.
He didn't waste any time. Top of the first.
I watch the games. I pay attention. And again, I talk about him all the time. One of my close friends is Brett Boone. His brother is the manager of the Yankees. So Booney watches all these games, and then he calls and we talk baseball. That's about as close as I get, so I'm so focused and dialed in. But everybody and their brother who watches college football, and maybe even NFL football has been so annoyed at ESPN for doing split screens every time Aaron Judge comes up. Aaron Judge sitting on 60, waiting to get to see. He hit it high, he hit it deep, and it's gone. Aaron Judge sitting at 61. Here's the pitch. High fly ball, deep left field. That's a Goddard home run. Great. You know what he set, don't you?
What's that?
The American League single-season home run record.
Yeah.
If he wasn't a Yankee, nobody would be paying attention to
Did you
this.
see the billboard in Fargo?
No.
Because that's where Maris is from. So they put up the actual, I think this was about a week ago, they put up a 61 with a picture of him, and it just said the original and forever home run leader or something like that.
Right. So break the home run record set by Barry Bonds, then I'm okay with the split screen. 62 home runs is an amazing record. He's hit more home runs than anybody else in the American League. He's hit more home runs than any Yankee, surpassing Babe Ruth and Roger Maris. But if he was a New York Met, would anybody care?
I don't know. Are the Mets a 30-win team that year, or do they win 105 games? Because I feel like the Mets fan base and just in general, the excitement about that team goes way up when they're contenders,
but
and
it's only,
way
but
down
it's,
when they're not.
But it's 62. It's not breaking Bonds' record.
Yeah, I mean, with like the watered down pitching, changing the ball, like all these factors, steroid era. I feel like the Sosa, that home run, everybody got so involved and we're so let down. People don't care because of that still, right? And that was 25 years ago.
Right. So anyway, Aaron Judge has hit the home run. Everybody can go crazy. Yay! Everybody yell and scream. Whoa!
You're just like you got a sigh of relief because you don't want to hear about it anymore. Yeah.
I love baseball. Although, I haven't watched that much this year, to be honest, because I'm so locked in on sports, but on college sports, because that's what we do every day here. Like, I could do the show, and we could talk about the National Football League and Major League Baseball and everything that I do on CBS, but we have 3 hours in the afternoon to talk about Tucson, so that's why I choose to go infinitum talking about the Arizona Wildcats, because that's our local team.
Most national hosts do 95% NFL this time of year anyway, so it's probably a refreshing change.
So you got 95%. You got all day long from DA to Rome to Maggie and Perloff. When we're done, my buddy Zach Gelb will go next, and JR Sports Brief and Amy, they're all going to talk NFL football. I'm going to give you your 3-hour block of Arizona Wildcats stuff today. That's why we do the local show. But anyway, Aaron Judge hits the home run. So now we could finally be done with it.
What's he going to finish with, like 65?
I don't know. 62. I mean, I listen, if he got to 65, then I'd be excited. I got to do a podcast tomorrow when we're done with the show with Tyler Kepner from the New York Times. And Boone, we're going to do the postseason preview tomorrow. And one of the questions that they're going to debate is Shohei Ohtani doing something that the last person to do this was Babe Ruth.
Right.
Or Aaron Judge, who the last person to do this was? Babe Ruth.
You asked a couple weeks ago, if I can see a guy go 9 innings, strike out 12 guys, and hit 2 home runs as the DH, that's what I want to see, because nobody does that.
100% right. All right, coming up in the program, the best thing you'll hear all day, our replay, Dave Hickey, Athletic Director, University of Arizona. We're going to talk to him about the Red-Blue game, about what we're going to see for basketball, football, and we talked about Hispanic Heritage Month. All coming up right here on 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show, now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at